Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Right.
Today we are going to be looking at Mr. Beast.
Oh yeah, Mr. Beast.
Yeah, specifically this video where he explores a bunch of different experiences,
Okay.
and he kind of goes from like the cheapest possible thing he can do all the way up to the most expensive.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I mean he's going from like a single dollar all the way up to like $500,000.
Wow, that's quite a range.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff is he doing?
Well, I mean, it all culminates in this like crazy Dubai adventure,
Mm-hmm.
but we're gonna kind of go through like each price point
Okay.
and see what he gets to experience. So, I mean, we're talking about a super budget-friendly camel ride,
Okay.
all the way up to like dining in the clouds and even to zero gravity experience.
Wow. That does sound pretty wild. What's cool about this is that it kind of takes like the whole treat yourself concept to
Yeah.
like a whole other level. You know,
Yeah.
it's like how much does spending more actually get you a more awesome experience?
Right. That's a great question, and that's exactly what we're going to be looking at.
Cool.
So let's start at the very beginning, at the bottom of the price ladder,
Okay.
$1. Mr. Beast starts this whole adventure with something, I guess, pretty basic.
Okay.
Just a simple camel ride out in the desert.
A camel ride.
Yeah, for $1.
Wow. I mean, it's pretty funny when you think about all the crazy expensive stuff he does later.
Right.
It's such a contrast.
Yeah.
Like you get a tiny taste of that like exotic desert life,
Yeah,
but you're literally on a timer, like 2 minutes and you're done.
that's it. 2 minutes on a camel. I don't even know if you can get used to the swing by then.
Right.
But it's a fun starting point. You know,
Nerd.
it sets the stage for like this crazy escalation of experiences.
Yeah, definitely.
So speaking of escalating, next up on the price ladder is a $10,000 experience.
$10,000. What is it?
This one takes dining to a whole new level, literally.
Oh, tell me.
Okay. A hot air balloon dinner. Yeah, we're talking like gourmet meal prepared by a Michelin star chef,
Really?
thousands of feet up in the air.
That's amazing.
And here's the kicker. The chef uses the hot air balloon's burner to cook the food.
No way. They're cooking with the actual balloon burner.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Right. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Like the logistics of all of that.
Yeah.
To cook a whole meal in a hot air balloon basket.
Yeah.
But it makes you think,
What?
is it really just the food that makes this experience worth $10,000?
Yeah.
Or is it the view, like being up that high and the novelty of it all?
That's a good point. I mean, it really highlights how these experiences kind of blend the stuff you actually get
Yeah.
with the whole like feeling of the experience.
Right.
Like you said, the amazing food, but also the crazy setting and the view.
Yeah.
And of course, you get to brag about it, you know?
Right.
It's a good reminder that value isn't just about how much something costs.
I love that. It's about the memories.
Right. Yeah.
The story that you can tell afterwards.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've gotten a taste of the desert. We've dined in the clouds. What's next on this crazy expensive journey?
All right, let's see. For $50,000, Mr. Beast gives himself and his friends a choice.
Oh, a choice.
Yeah. They can either go deep sea diving in a private submarine,
Wow.
or they can go on an African safari.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Right.
I mean, I'm picturing like classic safari,
yeah.
herds of animals roaming across the savannah.
Yeah.
But going down in a submarine?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome, too. What did they choose?
Well, they actually decided to split up and do both.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it turned into like a friendly competition,
Okay.
to see who could find the most amazing wildlife.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. The submarine team had some close calls, though. Like, they almost crashed into some underwater rocks.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that must have been scary.
Yeah. So did the submarine crew win the wildlife contest? Like, what did they even see down there?
Yeah. They did see some really cool stuff. But the safari team had some crazy encounters, too.
Like what?
Like coming face to face with a charging elephant.
Oh, that's intense.
I know, right?
I bet that got the adrenaline going.
Mhm.
So I guess no matter what you choose, both experiences give you that thrill,
Yeah.
that sense of adventure.
Yeah,
And you can't really put a price on that.
exactly. It's all about getting up close with nature, whether it's the ocean or, the plains of Africa.
Right.
And speaking of pushing boundaries, the next experience Mr. Beast tries takes things to like a whole other level.
Okay, what is it?
Literally.
Don't leave me hanging.
Okay, for $250,000, Mr. Beast and his crew got to experience zero gravity.
Zero gravity.
Yeah.
It's like astronaut stuff.
I know.
I can't even imagine
Yeah.
How surreal that would feel.
They went up in this specially designed plane, you know,
Okay.
and it flies in this like parabolic arc to simulate weightlessness.
Oh, wow.
So you get like 20 to 30 seconds of 0G at a time.
Wow. So what did they do with their weightlessness? Like, other than just floating around?
Well, they raced each other, did some flips and spins. They even used a leaf blower to like fly through the cabin.
Like a leaf blower.
Yeah.
I mean, classic Mr. Beast, right?
Classic Mr. Beast.
It's like he's got this crazy expensive experience, but he still finds a way to make it fun.
Yeah, totally.
You know, relatable.
It really shows how much he just loves having fun.
Yeah.
But it also makes you wonder if like the novelty wears off after a while.
Right. Or is it just like mind-blowing every single time?
I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll have to ponder that as we move on to the big one, the $500,000 Dubai extravaganza.
Okay, here we go.
But before we get into all the crazy details,
Yeah.
can you just give us like a quick overview of what this whole thing includes?
Okay, so we're talking like the best of the best luxury
Okay.
and excitement that Dubai has to offer.
Sure.
It's got everything. So a crazy hotel suite with an underwater level,
What?
a Formula One racing experience.
Oh, wow.
They even run into some NBA stars.
No way.
Private water park, swimming with 80 sharks.
80 sharks?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Futuristic dining, a sky-high infinity pool,
Hmm.
and to top it all off, they go skydiving over those crazy man-made islands.
It sounds amazing,
It does.
but like also overwhelming.
Right.
Where do we even begin with all of this?
Okay, well, let's start with the hotel.
Right.
Imagine waking up in a suite so fancy it's got its own underwater level
Wow.
with sharks swimming right past your window.
Okay, that is officially on my bucket list.
Right. It's like something out of a movie.
Yeah. But it makes you think, how much time would you actually spend, like, down there looking at the sharks?
Right.
When there's this whole world of experiences waiting outside.
Good point.
It's like having a private aquarium.
Yeah.
But then you also have, like, a theme park to explore.
I know.
So many decisions.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got the incredible suite. What about the Formula One racing? Did Mr. Beast actually get to drive?
He did. He got to experience what it's like to drive a Formula One car on a racetrack, you know,
Wow.
competing against other creators.
Oh, wow. That must have been insane.
Yeah.
I wonder how good of a driver he is.
Well, they did have professional drivers coaching them, so I'm sure everyone was safe.
Okay, good.
But what really stands out to me about this experience isn't the racing itself.
Oh, what is it?
It's what happened after.
Okay.
Remember how he was driving his Lamborghini and couldn't find a parking spot?
Yeah.
Well, instead of getting annoyed, he just gave the car away.
What?
Yeah, to a random fan.
No way.
Yeah, who happened to be subscribed to his channel.
Wait, he just gave away a Lamborghini?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's like the ultimate good parking karma.
It's more than that. It's like he's using what he has to make someone else's dreams come true.
That's true. It's really generous.
Yeah. That's what makes him so unique. He's always finding ways to give back.
Totally. It's a good reminder that even when you're having these, like, super expensive experiences, it's still important to connect with people.
Right. And be kind.
Exactly. But speaking of pushing boundaries, Mr. Beast wasn't done with surprises. He decided to face one of his biggest fears in a pretty spectacular way.
Okay. What is it? Tell me.
He went skydiving.
Of the skydiving.
Yeah. Over those crazy man-made islands in Dubai.
Oh, wow. Okay, skydiving is definitely not for me.
I know, right?
I'm way too scared of heights.
Me too.
Did he seem scared?
He was definitely nervous before the jump.
Yeah, I bet.
Even Chandler, who's always a little cautious, decided to jump too.
Really? That's amazing.
I know.
I guess when you're surrounded by all this incredible stuff, it's easier to step outside your comfort zone.
Yeah, and when your friends are doing it too.
Right. It's like a contagious enthusiasm, you know?
Exactly. It shows how powerful shared adventures can be. Like, you push each other to try new things.
Yeah, and to discover what you're really capable of.
Exactly. And speaking of discovering what you're capable of, we can't forget about the grand finale of this whole Dubai adventure.
Right.
The Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world.
Oh, yeah. Did he actually climb it?
He did. He took on the challenge of climbing the Burj Khalifa, pushing himself to the limit to stand on top of that crazy building.
Oh, wow. I can't even imagine.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But it's more than just the view, right?
Right.
It's about the sense of accomplishment.
Yeah.
Like, you conquered this impossible challenge.
Yeah. It's truly inspiring.
Yeah. But before we dive into all the details of his climb,
Yeah.
I think we need to give our listeners a little break to process all this craziness.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll be back soon to explore the rest of Mr. Beast's Dubai adventure
Yes.
and to uncover some of the hidden lessons within this mind-blowing million-dollar journey.
Can't wait.
Okay, we're back. And I'm still kind of reeling from all the stuff we just talked about.
I know, right?
Underwater hotels,
Mhm.
Formula One racing, giving away a Lamborghini.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot to take in.
And now we're about to tackle the Burj Khalifa.
The king of all skyscrapers.
Yes. I'm ready to experience this climb through Mr. Beast's eyes.
It's not just a climb, though. It's like a symbol,
Oof.
of human ambition and
Right.
pushing limits.
It's like reaching for the impossible.
Exactly. But before we get there, let's rewind a little
Okay.
and revisit some of the other crazy experiences from this Dubai trip.
Yes, let's do that. It's easy to get caught up in the finale, but the whole journey matters too.
Totally.
We were talking about that insane hotel suite
Yeah.
with the underwater level.
hmm
I'm still trying to picture waking up to sharks outside my window.
It's such a wild combination, right?
Yeah.
Luxury and nature all in one.
Right, you've got like all the comfort and stuff,
Yeah.
but you're also like submerged in this otherworldly environment.
It's like your own personal aquarium.
It really is. It makes me wonder, would you ever get tired of that view?
That's a good question.
Would it become normal after a while? Or would it always be mesmerizing?
I think it depends on the person, honestly. Some people might find it endlessly fascinating,
Yeah.
and others might just, get used to it after a while.
Yeah, I guess so. I think
Yeah.
I'd be the one just glued to the window for hours.
Really?
Yeah, watching all the fish and sharks go by. It'd be like having a live nature documentary right there.
That's true. But let's not forget about those other amazing experiences.
Oh, right.
Remember that futuristic dining thing we mentioned?
Oh, yeah. The one where the room changes with each course?
Yes, that one. It's like something out of a sci-fi movie.
I know. What was it like?
They described it as like this 9-course culinary journey, and each dish was paired with these crazy visuals,
Oh, wow.
like 360-degree projections that moved when you touched them.
So it wasn't just about the food. It was a whole sensory experience.
Exactly. It was designed to be super immersive.
Cool.
They even had one course that was personalized for them,
Right.
with like a visual representation of Chandler.
No.
Apparently it didn't really look like him, though.
Huh. Even with all that technology, well, technology isn't perfect, I guess.
Yo.
But I love that they tried to make it so personal. It's those little touches that make it extra special.
Totally. It's about creating a memory that's bigger than just what you eat.
Yeah.
It's about the atmosphere, the presentation, feeling like you're really being taken care of.
Right. Speaking of being taken care of, let's talk about that Formula One racing experience.
Yeah.
Did Mr. Beast really get to drive a real Formula One car?
He did. He got to feel what it's like to drive one of those cars
Wow.
on an actual racetrack,
Yeah.
competing against other YouTubers.
Oh, man. That's like every car enthusiast's dream. I wonder if he's got any natural racing skills.
Well, they did have professional drivers coaching them,
Oh, okay.
so they were in good hands. But honestly, the thing that stuck with me about this whole experience wasn't the racing itself.
Oh, what was it then?
It's what happened after. Remember how he was driving his Lamborghini and couldn't find a parking spot?
Yeah.
Well, instead of getting annoyed, he just decided to give the car away.
Wait, seriously? He gave away a Lamborghini. That's incredible.
I know.
To a random fan.
Yeah, just like that. It was like the ultimate parking karma.
It's more than karma, though. It's about him using what he has to make someone's dream come true.
That's a good point. It's super generous.
Yeah. That's what I love about Mr. Beast. He's always looking for ways to give back.
Yeah. It's a good reminder that even when you're surrounded by all this crazy expensive stuff, the important thing is connecting with people
Right.
and just being kind.
Exactly. But let's not forget about all the adrenaline-pumping activities. We can't leave out the skydiving.
Oh, right. Skydiving over those insane man-made islands in Dubai. That's something I don't think I could ever do.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm way too scared of heights.
Me too. Did Mr. Beast seem scared at all?
He definitely had some pre-jump jitters.
Yeah, understandable.
But you know what's amazing? Even Chandler, who we know is a bit cautious, decided to jump too. Really. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you the power of shared experiences.
Yeah.
Sometimes all you need is a little encouragement from a friend to push past your fears.
Yeah, totally. It's about supporting each other and growing together.
Right.
But you know what struck me about the whole skydiving thing? It wasn't just the thrill of the jump.
Oh, what was it?
It was Mr. Beast's reaction afterwards.
Yeah.
He was talking about how the experience made him see those man-made islands in a whole new way.
Interesting.
Like, he was blown away by how huge and complex they are.
It's like the skydiving gave him a new perspective, you know?
Yeah, a new appreciation for something he might have taken for granted before.
That makes sense. Sometimes we need those crazy experiences to really open our eyes to the world around us.
Exactly. It's about finding those moments of awe and inspiration, even in the most unexpected places.
Love that. Okay, so we've explored the underwater world,
Yep.
the world of Formula One racing.
Uh-huh.
We've even jumped out of a plane.
We did it all.
But we still haven't tackled the grand finale of this Dubai adventure.
You're right. It's time to face the Burj Khalifa.
Yes,
Are you ready to climb the tallest building in the world with Mr. Beast?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Let's go. Okay, I'm still trying to catch my breath after everything we just talked about. Underwater hotels, Formula One racing, even giving away a Lamborghini.
I know, right? It's mind-blowing.
It is. And now it's time for the Burj Khalifa, the king of all skyscrapers.
It really is something else.
I'm ready to experience this climb through Mr. Beast's eyes.
It's not just a climb, though. It's more like a statement.
What do you mean?
Well, the Burj Khalifa, it's like the symbol of human ambition and engineering.
Right, pushing the limits of what's possible.
Exactly. And Mr. Beast decided to conquer it, one step at a time.
So how did he actually go about climbing the world's tallest building? I'm assuming there's no elevator that takes you all the way to the top.
Nope, you're right. There are elevators, but they only go so far. For the final part, Mr. Beast had to climb the remaining 900 feet using stairs.
900 feet of stairs, that's intense.
It is. It's like climbing a mountain, but inside a building.
Seriously. It must have been more than just your average stair climber workout at the gym.
Yeah.
And not to mention the mental challenge.
Oh, absolutely.
Can you imagine? Knowing you're hundreds of feet in the air and the view just gets more and more incredible.
Yeah, and more terrifying.
Right. I bet the view is breathtaking, but the height could be pretty scary too. How did Mr. Beast deal with it? Did he freak out at all?
Well, he definitely experienced a whole range of emotions up there. There's footage of him being completely in awe of the view, but also moments where he's clearly terrified of the height.
I can imagine.
Oh, and there's this one part where he says that Feastables, his chocolate bars, taste different at that altitude.
Wait, his chocolate tasted different. That's so weird. I wonder if it was the air pressure or something.
Yeah, it's fascinating how our senses can be affected by extreme environments.
It really is. It makes you realize how much we take our senses for granted.
Hmm.
But okay, back to Mr. Beast's climb. What was it like for him when he finally reached the top? Was it a moment of pure triumph?
From the footage, it seems like a mix of relief, exhilaration, and definitely a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah.
He pushed himself, conquered his fear, and reached the top, literally.
It's like a metaphor for life, right?
Uh-huh.
You set a goal that seems impossible, face all these obstacles along the way, but you keep going and eventually reach the summit.
Exactly. It's super inspiring.
It really is. And it ties back to this theme we've been talking about, the
Yeah.
power of experience.
Oh, absolutely.
Whether it's a cheap camel ride or standing on top of the world's tallest building, every experience, no matter how much it costs, gives us a chance to grow.
To learn about ourselves.
Yeah, and to see the world in a new way.
Exactly. It's not always about the money or how fancy something is. It's about being open to new things, to stepping outside of our comfort zone and letting those experiences change us.
You're so right. So as we wrap up our deep dive into Mr. Beast's million-dollar adventure, what would you say is the biggest takeaway for our listeners?
I think it's a call to action, like a challenge for all of us to go out there and find experiences that push our boundaries, that make us curious, that connect us to something bigger than ourselves.
I love that. It doesn't have to be some grand adventure. It could be something simple, even an act of kindness.
Exactly. It's about embracing the power of experience to shape our lives, change our perspective, and honestly, make the world a better place.
Beautifully said. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey. We hope you've been inspired to seek out your own extraordinary experiences and really embrace the power of living in the moment.
Absolutely.
And until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.
See you then.